Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.
Hi! We're the 6th grade class of McCutchenville Elementary School, home of the Mohawk Warriors. Welcome to News 6!
Hi, I'm Joshua Eckleberry from McCutchenville Elementary. Welcome to News 6. With today's first story, here's Tana Fritz.
News 6 recently had the chance to meet a woman who not only owns horses but also adopts wild ones. Jim Sheward has this story.
Heather Studer captures the wild in her own backyard. Why did you get involved in the Adopt a Horse program?
Mom had a couple of horses and they were cheap at the time, and they thought it was a nice way to help out starving horses in the West.
Could you tell us about the program?
They round up horses out west and they truck them in here, and they charge an adoption fee of $125, and that's to cover the expense of trucking and to give them shots and stuff for diseases. Right now there's a permanent adoption center in London, Ohio, and this weekend they're having a Christmas special. You can adopt any horse you'd like for $75.
How many wild horses do you own?
I own two. I got one 8 years ago. Her name's Sweetwater, and I have her trained now, and I drive her, and I've been showing her in 4-H for the last 4 years. This Saturday I just went down and adopted another one. He's a 4-year-old stud, and I got him down in London, Ohio.
What problems do you have taking care of wild horses?
When you go down and get them, you have to close up all the windows on the trailer and stuff so they don't see the light and try to bust through them. You have to have a stall that's like 8 by 8 to 12 by 12. You have to have an outdoor corral that's 20 feet by 20 feet, and the gate should be about 6 feet high. At first, you have to get them to trust you and tame down, and when you start riding them, they usually throw you off quite a few times. But I think the end result's worth it because I trust my Mustang better than any of the other horses I have.
Today's News 6 is produced by the 6th grade class of McCutchensville Elementary. McCutchensville is located about 20 miles east of Findlay. It was founded in 1829 and has a population of about 300.
Sweet tooths of all kinds will find this next story appetizing, as Mike Lewis takes News 6 for a visit to Barb's Sugar Shack.
If you want to make chocolate Santas, either chocolate Santa. I don't do any painting on these.
Lips are smacking and taste buds are jumping at Barb's Sugar Shack. Why did you start the Sugar Shack?
I started the Sugar Shack because my husband was in a serious accident and we could use the extra money. And by having the candy shop at home, I could still be with my family and take care of them. And I started 7 years ago.
What kinds of candy do you make?
I make all kinds. I make drop candy, which is like peanut clusters, cashew turtles, raisin clusters. I make vanilla creams and maple creams. I also make a lot of molded candy, which is like your suckers or your bite-sized pieces.
What is your favorite kind of candy to make?
My favorite candy to make would have to be molded. And then the reason I like to make molded candy best is because I like to paint, and you can paint on all your detail on the mold, and then you fill it, and when it comes out you see a painted sculpture or whatever, and it's just a lot of fun because each one you can make different. You can put in as much detail or as little as you'd like.
But what is your favorite kind of candy to eat?
I'd have to say it'd have to be cashew turtles. I really like all kinds of candy, but cashew turtles are my favorite.
Why aren't you open during the summer?
I'm not open during the summer for several reasons. The one, probably most important reason, is because in the summertime chocolate blossoms. It just doesn't hold as well. When you try to mold chocolate in the summertime, it draws moisture and so it gets sticky. And the next reason would have to be because my family. That's the time that I have to go to the ball games, to just spend time with my family.
This week's Kids U question peeks into the future to ask, what is your New Year's resolution?
Hi, I'm Adam Holman, reporting for Kids View. Today's question is, what is your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to be a better friend.
My New Year's resolution is to come to school each and every day.
My New Year's resolution is to improve my grades in social studies.
Get ready to rev up your engines with this next story as News 6 takes you on a ride through the world of motorcycle collecting.
Running, head out on the highway, looking for adventure, whatever comes our way, born to be wild.
How many years have you been riding motorcycles?
Well, I started in 1938-39 with a 1926 Harley, and didn't have that very long. And that was about it. The war came along and we quit then for a while.
What kinds of motorcycles do you own?
Well, I have some English motorcycles, Triumphs and Nortons and Harleys. And the one there is that's a racer. That's a 1941. A little bit rare now. There's not too many of them left.
Why do you keep your motorcycles in your living room?
Well, I don't keep too many. I've got two in here now, but they're a lot safer here, theft-wise, and it's a lot drier. Dry in here in the heat. Where this part of the climate, you get a lot of cold and sweating in the garages.
How do you restore your motorcycles?
Well, to start with, you tear them completely apart, clear down to the frame, paint them, bring them back up as original as possible. And of course, the engine has to be completely tore down and all done over. Sometimes it takes a long time to find the parts if you're short of parts, and it's a lot of exploring around trying to find someone that has the tires. They like the tread, the old tread like they had 40, 50 years ago, not a new tread. And the paint, you try to keep the paint, the original paint that was that year for that company.
That's all for this week's show. Join us next time when Columbus Girl visits News 6.
Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.